Hello, good day. Welcome to today's paper review. Boldly written on the Nigerian Tribune, we have an exclusive suspect open up how we planned Adelebu's sister twin kidnap. You can find that on page 2 and 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. On top of it, we have Makinde. We are pursuing every lead to free abductees. Now, this is talking about the Oyo State kidnap, and we hope for the best, though. Then down on the same paper, the Tribune, we have the NDC crisis. Dixon Obi resolve differences in a 3-hour closed-door meeting. That's a good one. You can find that story on page 4. Moving ahead to another newspaper right now, this is This Day. Boldly on This Day paper, we have on Democracy Day, leaders, CSOs, warned of democratic backslide and also demand reforms. And on top of it, we have CBN. CBN seek to curb parent companies' influence on banks' lending decision. We hope that that comes out well for us. And then moving to another newspaper, the Nation newspaper. Boldly on it is APC moves to douse post-primary tension in 7 key states. You can find that story on page 4 of the Nation. Again, from the same paper, the Nation, the returnees from South Africa recall their ugly experiences. You can find that story on page 13 of the Nation newspaper. Going ahead to Saturday Vanguard. Yes, the Yoruba monarch agree with the Oni of Ife that they can fight terrorists with juju. Well, we hope for the best of that news. You can find that on page 10 of the Vanguard. Down on the same paper, we have Soare VDM Falano lead Democracy Day protest in Abuja. You can find that story on page 34 of the Vanguard, the Saturday Vanguard. And then, of course, we have Ilorin Innovation Hub Train. Ilorin Innovation Hub trains youth to earn $2,000 monthly. That is a good one. Same on the Vanguard on page 4. Ahead now to Independent newspaper. On Independent newspaper, we have court uphold dismissal of ex-JAM deputy director. Court uphold the dismissal of ex-JAM deputy director. You can find that story on page 7 of Saturday Independent. And then June 12, right at the middle of the paper, you will find June 12, do everything in your power to rescue Oyo Borno abductees. Nance tell Tinubu. You can find that story on page 6. Ahead again, the metrics. The metrics boldly written Democracy Day again. Federal government opposition differ on democratic gains. Moving ahead to Punch. The Punch, boldly written on the front page of Punch paper, dislodged terrorists migrate to southeast, south. Abia, Imo flagged as target. Anambra, Kogi Central Hub. You will find that on the page 4 of the Punch newspaper. Dixon meets Obi, says NDC crisis fully resolved. You find the story on the Punch newspaper, the front page. The Guardian today, the Guardian boldly on the Guardian today, proposed abolition of common entrance sparked debate on 934 policy. I take that again. Proposed abolition of common entrance sparked debate on 934 policy. You find that full story on page 4 to 5 of The Guardian. Moving to Ekiti State, the top of the paper, the Guardian paper, you have Ekiti 2026 governorship pool, the parties, candidates, and chances of victory. Saturday Telegram tells us boldly that Atiku, Obi, and others call for principled precedent, free, fair election come 2027. On pages 4, 5, 6, and 7, you will have the full details of that story. Boldly written again on Saturday Telegram, Yakasi, Falie Ubani, and others disagree on single-term proposal. Page 2 will give you details of that story. Moving ahead to entertainment news, we have Kate Henshaw tell us why she shielded her daughter from the public. She said, "Why I shield my daughter from the public." You will find that interesting, and that's on page 16 of the Daily Monitor. Boldly again on the same Daily Monitor, we have the Oyo pupils, teachers being held within National Park, says Makinde. Oyo pupils, teachers being held within Oyo National Park. You'll find details of that report on the Daily Monitor, page 27. Lastly, on the today's paper review, we have outreach trails reintegration of 720 repentant insurgents in Borno, and that story is on page 2 of the Daily Monitor. That's it for today. Thank you for being with us on today's paper review. See you some other time and have a good one. My name is Emerald Onufe.